This is the tragic crash in Upongola in KwaZulu-Natal 2 weeks ago that sparked the parliamentary debate. The accident left 20 people dead, mostly children between the ages of 5 and 13. Parliamentarians have now zoomed in on the impact of heavy-duty trucks and the frequent accidents they cause. MPs want road freight to be moved to rail, as well as increased law enforcement, licensed skilled drivers, and improved working conditions. The debate was sponsored by ANC MP Lawrence MacDonald.
It's critical importance that licensing and working conditions of all truck drivers in the country must be uniform, whether South African or foreign nationals. We cannot tolerate the super exploitation of fellow human beings, which is honestly tantamountable to modern-day slavery. In order to mitigate accidents and subsequent fatalities on the road, we need more truck drivers with the required proficiency. As we have seen now, South Africa has a shortage of truck drivers. This shortage, unfortunately, leads to pressure for drivers in the market to operate at an optimum rate all the time with little no rest, which impacts on road safety.
Other political parties say traffic of heavy-duty trucks had increased by 25% over the past decade, and this is blamed on deregulation of the road freight industry and deteriorating rail infrastructure.
Operators are responsible for making sure that vehicles are roadworthy and that it isn't overloaded, that pre-trip inspections are done, and that drivers have the necessary professional driver's permits, and that all drivers get regular physical exams. Lack of maintenance is frequently the result of customers pressuring transporters to offer the lowest price.
The Minister of Transport says he's working together with the Department of Enterprise to deal with the situation, and that it will take 5 years to move the trucks to rail. This is totally unacceptable.
Parliament and government must look at the laws of enforcement around the trucking industry. These are heavily duty vehicles which require added safety measures. We need to enforce a more stringent oversight through road traffic authorities on the operating behavior of truck drivers.
We must move from road to rail. Ons praat net, maar ons doen niks nie.
It is a fact that road freight has grown by almost 50% in the last 10 years. The result is that a third of all vehicles on our highways are heavy goods trucks, and they cause accidents. We believe in the ACDP that these heavy-duty trucks must be removed from our roads in order to ensure that public transport becomes safer. We must go back to rail.
These drivers are expected, and remember, they get paid by the number of trips that they make. So employers are merciless. They want the job to be done. So these poor workers have absolutely no time to rest.
We also welcome the department's commitment in its budget speech that it is registering significant milestones in introducing policing as a 24-hour, 7-day job within several provinces.
Meanwhile, Mbalula says he will keep a close eye on the road freight industry.
We are also taking a hard look at the licensing regime applicable to drivers in order to ensure that companies that own trucks that move goods on our roads adhere to strict compliance with the law. We have encouraged the MECs to invoke the provision of the National Road Traffic Act of 1996 that enabled them to investigate the specific activities of an unidentified operator. Road freight operators who are found wanting in meeting their obligation in terms of the law will be prosecuted. In looking at practices employed by freight operators, conditions of service of drivers, which contribute to unsafe conduct on the road will be on our radar system.
The minister also says regular compulsory interval stops will be introduced for truck drivers to ensure safety and reduce fatigue. Tulelani Philip, SABC News, Parliament.